we're going back to the weaving trade again, or the mills anyway. It was conditions were pretty cruel. The mill owner would provide you with lodgings, but you had to behave yourself and work sort of ridiculous hours, extremely long hours, in very noisy environments. When they're mechanised, when they've got all the looms running off either water power or steam power, there would be a main power shaft, and then they would drop off drives from pulleys from this drive shaft to power all the looms, and the noise in these things must have been absolutely incredible. And it was a very repetitive, it wasn't an even beat, but it was because the shuttle would be flying back and forth, but it was a clattering noise all the time. So this is a song about the conditions in the mills. It was collected in the mid-60s by a gentleman called Tony Green, who was doing some research about folk songs, and he got it from a guy called Tom Daniel, who himself had learned it as a child in the first mill he worked in. And he was from Batley, and Batley's in Yorkshire, which would have been a woolen mill. And I'm not sure whether it's related to cotton mills or woolen mills. I don't know what its real origin is. But there's a few words that might need a bit of explanation. There's a thing called, in the chorus it says guttle. Guttle means that you can get by, you can survive. And there's another expression, fratching. That's arguing. So these people would be paid piecework, so their pay was dependent on how much they produced. So when there was things happening, like if a shuttle would fly out unexpectedly, it could go anywhere, and it might perchance hit one of the other workers and knock them out. But no one would stop what they were doing to help them out for fear of losing money because they weren't producing the work. So that occurs in the song. It has a chorus, and the chorus goes like, it is a sort of supposedly an onomatopoeic chorus, in that the sound of the chorus is supposed to represent the repetition of the loom, and it's called Poverty Knock. It goes like this. The chorus is this. Poverty, poverty knock, me loom it is saying all day. Poverty, poverty knock, the gaffer's too skinny to pay. Poverty, poverty knock, we all has one eye on the clock. I know I can guttle when I hear me shuttle go poverty, poverty knock. Up every morning at 5, it's a wonder that we're still alive. Tired and yawning on this cold morning, it's back to that dreary old drive. Oh dear, we're going to be late. The gaffer is stood at the gate. We'll be out of pocket from our wages, he'll dock it. We'll have to get grub on the slate. Poverty, poverty, knock. Me loom it is saying all day. Poverty, poverty, knock. The gaffer's too skinny to pay. Poverty, poverty, knock. We all have one eye on the clock. I know I can guttle when I hear me shuttle. Go poverty, poverty, knock. And when our wages he'll bring, we're often short of one string, while we are fratching with the gaffer for snatching. We know to his brass he will cling. Well, we have to wet our own yarn by dipping it into the tarn. It's wet and soggy, it makes us feel groggy, and there's mice in that dirty old barn. Poverty, poverty, knock. Me loom it is saying all day. Poverty, poverty, knock. The gaffer's too skinny to pay. Poverty, poverty, knock. We always one eye on the clock. I know I can guttle when I hear it shuttle. Go poverty, poverty, knock. Oh dear, how my head it sings. I should have woven 3 strings, but my thread is breaking and my back is aching. Oh dear, how I wish I had wings. Well, sometimes a shuttle flies out and gives some poor woman a clout. There she lies bleeding, but nobody's heeding. Who's going to carry her out? Poverty, poverty, knock. Me loom it is saying all day. Poverty, poverty, knock. The gaffer's too skinny to pay. Poverty, poverty, knock. With all this one eye on the clock, I know I can guttle when I hear it shuttle. Go poverty, poverty, knock. Tackler should see to me loom, but he'd rather sit on his bum. He's far too busy a-courting our Lizzie, and I cannot get him to come. Well, Lizzie's so easily led, I think that he takes her to bed. She used to be skinny, now look at her pinny. I think it's high time they was wed. Poverty, poverty, knock. Me loom it is saying all day. Poverty, poverty, knock. The gaffer's too skinny to pay. Poverty, poverty, knock. We all has one eye on the clock. I know I can guttle when